One session of advances in post-harvest technology of fruits and vegetables, and the topic which we'll be covering today is post-harvest losses. So, in the previous slide, we've seen about the internal factors, and today in this session, we'll be seeing about the external factors associated with the post-harvest losses. The factors outside the food supply chain can cause significant post-harvest losses. These factors can be grouped into two primary categories, that is, environmental factors and socio-economic patterns and trends. Environmental factors. The climatic conditions, including wind, humidity, rainfall, and temperature, influence both the quality and quantity and quality of a harvest. Temperature. In general, the higher the temperature, the shorter the storage life of the horticultural products and the greater the amount of the loss within a given time. As most factors that destroy the produce are lower or lower its quality occur at a faster rate at a temperature increases. There is a movement of water vapor between the stored food and its surrounding atmosphere until equilibrium of water activity in the food and atmosphere. A moist food will give up moisture to the air while a dry food will absorb moisture from the air. Fresh horticultural products high moisture content and need to be stored under conditions of high relative moisture loss and wilting. Dried or dehydrated products need to be stored under conditions for low relative humidity in order to avoid absorbing moisture to the point where mold growth occurs. The food losses and food waste. The altitude. Within a given latitude, the preventing temperature is dependent upon the elevation when other factors are equal. There is the average of drop in temperature of 6.5 degrees Celsius for each kilometer increase in elevation above sea level. Storing food at high altitudes will therefore tend to increase the storage life and decrease the losses in food provided it is kept out for direct rays of the sun. Time. The longer the time the food is stored, the higher is the deterioration in quality and the greater is the chance of a damage or loss. Hence, storage time is a critical factor in loss of foods, especially for that having a short natural shelf life. Socio-economic factors. Social trends such as urbanization has driven more and more people from rural areas to large cities, resulting in high demand for food products at urban centers, increasing the need for more efficient and extended food supply chains. Other socio-economic factors are linked with grain importation, which can introduce new insect species, hence posing a very significant problem. Not only is the important grain at risk, but the native grain as well. For example, in the introduction of a new insect species to Africa, along with the grain importation, created weight loss of about 30% in just 3 to 6 months of storage. Developed countries. Critical factors governing post harvest loss in waste in developed and less developed countries. So, talking about the developed countries has extensive and effective cold chain systems ensuring prolonged product shelf life. Additionally, more sophisticated management and new technology continue to improve the efficiency with which the food is brought into stores, displayed, and sold. A key factor in post harvest loss is growing consumer intolerance of substandard foods or cosmetic defects such as blemishes and misshapen produce, and this has increased the rejection rate. For example, grading to satisfy the demand for greater product specification has led to waste for some of the products. In less developed countries, the main cause of loss is biological spoilage. Livestock products, fish, fruits, and vegetables lose value very quickly without refrigeration. In contrast, roots, tubers, and grain products are less perishable as they have low moisture content, but poor post harvest handling can lead to both weight and quality loss. Cereal grain products are least susceptible to post harvest losses, but grains may be scattered, dispersed, or crushed during handling. They also may be subject to biodeterioration um, that may start as cereal crops reach physiological maturity. Weather is a key issue at harvest in developing countries with hot climate. Most smallholder farmers rely on sun drying to ensure that crops are well dried before storage. It is if unfavorable weather conditions prevent crops from drying sufficiently, then losses will be high. The causes of food losses and waste in low income countries are mainly connected to financial, managerial, and technical limitations in harvesting techniques storage and cooling facilities in developed climatic conditions, infrastructure, packaging, and marketing systems. Given that many smallholder farmers in developed countries live on the margins of food insecurity, a reduction in food loss could have an immediate and insignificant impact on their livelihood. Technologies and practices to reduce post harvest losses. There are many examples of promising practices. These range from training in improved handling and storage hygiene to the use of hermetically sealed bags and household metallic silos, and are supported by enhancing the technical capabilities of local tinsmith and silo construction. Some strategies for reducing post-harvest losses are listed below. Simple and basic strategy of reducing post-harvest losses of any type of commodity. A systematic analysis of each commodity production and handling system is the logical first step by identifying an appropriate strategy for reducing post-harvest losses. Strategies of reducing post-harvest losses in cereal grains. Stages in food system and its description. Harvesting. In tropical countries in general, most grains have a single annual harvest season, although in bimodal rainfall areas there are two harvest seasons. Poor farmers sometimes harvest crops too early due to food deficiency or due to desperate need of cash. In this way, the food incurs a nutritional loss and economical value and may get wasted. Drying. Most farmers in Africa, both small and large, rely almost exclusively on natural drying of crops by combining sunshine and movement of atmospheric air through the product. Consequently, damp weather at harvesting time can be a serious cause of post-harvest losses. Grain should be rich in such a manner that damage to the grains is minimized and moisture levels are lower than those required to support mold growth during storage. This is necessary to prevent further growth of fungal species. Threshing. For some grains, particularly millet and sorghum, threshing may be delayed for the several months after harvest and the unthreshed crops stored in open cribs. In some cases of maize, the grains may be stored on the cob or without sheathing leaves or some months, so the cob may be shelled and grain stored. When usually done prior to storage or marketing, if the grain is to be sold directly for the majority of the smallholder, this process is done manually. On-farm storage. The post-harvest loss at storage are associated with poor storage conditions and lack of storage capability. It is important that stores be constructed in such a way as to provide dry, well-vented conditions, allowing further drying in case of limited opportunities for complete drying prior to storage. Protection from rain and drainage of groundwater, protection from entry of rodents and birds, and minimum temperature fluctuations. Strategies to reduce post-harvest loss at different stages. The harvesting should be carried out as carefully as possible and minimize mechanical injuries such as scratches, punctures, and bruising to the crop. The time of the day when harvesting is done also affects produce quality and shelf life. In general, harvesting during the coolest time of the day is desirable. Handling. Mechanical injury provides sites for the pest attack and increases physiological losses. Therefore, avoid mechanical injury to the crop while handling. Sorting and cleaning. Systematic sorting or grading coupled with appropriate packaging and storage will extend shelf life, maintain wholesomeness, freshness, and quality. Packaging. Proper packaging is essential to maintain the freshness of leafy vegetables. Packing should be designed to prevent premature deterioration in product quality in addition to serving as a handling unit. Transportation. Minimizing losses during transport necessitates special attention to vehicle equipment, infrastructure, and handling. Storage. Only crops with high initial quality can be stored successfully. It is therefore essential to ensure that only crops at the highest quality are stored. Processing is an important value added activity that stabilizes and diversifies food supplies and creates employment and income opportunities. It can minimize the high perishability problem of leafy vegetables. Processed products are also more stable, have improved digestibility, and permit a better diet diversity, giving consumers access to a wider choice of products. That's all for this session. Thank you.